Howdy friends, welcome to All Around the Farm today. So the weatherman says there is a huge storm coming here, anywhere between 1 and 15 inches of snow. Outstanding. Now, you can see it's still muddy around here, so I'm going to get said 1 to 15 inches of snow, which is probably going to end up being about a half inch, maybe more, probably not. But the fun part is it's going to snow right on top of all this mud. It's going to stick for about half the day, and then it's going to be a real damn mess. So I got my tire back for the 1155. Let's get that on there before it gets worse. And then I'll show you what else I got planned around here. Yeah guys, I decided to save my back and my patience and just let my friendly local tire shop take care of putting a tube in that big son of a bitch. I got to looking at that thing and I said, no way. I mean, the 18-438s are bad enough, but you only got to push them off the bead about that far. The 23-134, you got to push them about yay far, and you got, just let them do it. It saves my back and my patience. Maybe my life, who knows. But let's get the loader out and get that on the big tractor before the snow and rain start falling. Well, there, before I roll that thing too far out of the way, let me jack that tractor up and see if I can get that 900-pound tire on the wheel. And by golly, it looks like it might just work out. Very well might. Take that. Now for the fun part. I got to get this alignment tab to line up with that recess right there. I just got to spin her about this far without injuring myself or anything else. And man, she's just going to go right on like clockwork. Bingo. There. And nobody worry, if this falls off of here on me, it's only going to do it once. Quit it. Looks good enough for me. Whew. Let's see if this thing will hold itself up. There. Well, that's a little bit of all right. Let me grab my impact and zap these on. We're going to call this job done. There. One more winter project off the list. And it ain't even hardly winter yet. There, now that that's all done, let me turn my 2010 around, get that parked back in here, and we'll go on to the next thing. There. You know, guys, I don't know how I ever survived without a loader tractor for as long as I survived without a loader tractor. Now, I know it's a 2010, and for every one of you people that keep telling me what a piece of shit a 2010 is and I should just throw it away or give it away.
Do the letters FO mean anything to you?
And for what I paid for that tractor, if it stops working right now, I'm still ahead of the game. I can drag it to the scrapyard. Let's get back on to the fun stuff. And in other news, guys, the 1105 really hasn't moved any. I've got no good time to work on it, but I did, however, I was able to get a floor mat, a little bit of cab foam, and a new seat. There we go, and a new seat. It still could use a little bit of paint on the black stuff, but for right now, I'm not going to lose too much sleep over that. Between this week and next week, I'm going to try to get the red all done, get my door repaired, and then the last part is going to be fixing those cab drip rails, and I've got just the thing for that. Don't you worry, it's going to be awesome. It's going to look better than it ever did. So that project is going okay. We're getting somewhere with it. Now, my green bastard. I've got a friend that actually wants to buy my green bastard, which is just fine. He's a antique tractor guy like I am, and actually him and I are probably going to be doing some videos in the future together because we're the only two real Massey guys in this part of the world, and he's got some cool ones that I don't have. We're going to be shooting a few videos upcoming with that. I don't want to say anything, but there might be a really cool pulling 1130 and maybe an 1150, but you know, there might be more, might be less. I don't know. We'll see. But if he should buy my green bastard, I decided that only if he buys that. If it doesn't get sold, no big deal. It'll just stay here. But I am kind of a project guy and a glutton for punishment, so that that Versatile 500 is going to come and live here if I get that sold. So we'll kind of wait and see how that works out. And lastly, guys, against my better judgment, but it's kind of what you all suggested, and I think it's probably a good idea, we're going to go ahead and fix all the things that went wrong with this here in the last little bit of harvest time. So I got to thinking about it. It's the major things that are wrong with it didn't get any worse. It's just a few new things that went wrong that I gotta get fixed. Now, one thing I do have with this combine, the transmission of this thing has always been junk. It'll go into first and third. You can feel around and get second gear, and when you get it into second gear, you kind of just leave it there because that's where you want to be at a combine with this. And I've gotten to where I'm pretty good at it, but since I've broke a shift cable in there and I've kind of got it cobbled up together so it'll work, I've got the other transmission. Maybe it's time just to put that transmission in there. It won't cost me anything to do it since I've already got the part. And I know it was a good transmission. It came out of a 7700 and all four gears work just fine. So I'm not going to be doing it right away quick here until things get a little bit more frozen around here, but you know, we'll burn that bridge when we get there. The main thing, see if I can get in this bugger one-handed. The main thing to get addressed, that's gonna hurt me. Let me try this a different way. That has less chance of hurting me. Okay, so the last 2 acres of this field, guys, this hydraulic pump, she's come unglued again, and now it's developed a leak. And it did kind of, gosh, that's hard to see. It kind of bashed in the top of my tailings elevator here, which I can fix that, no big deal. I'll just bend it back out. But what keeps happening, the bracket that holds this together keeps breaking. And so I think what I'm going to have to do, just get a whole new pump with a whole new bracket. If it broke once, it's going to break again. It's going to continue to break. And I had some problems with this pump putting a little bit of air in the lines, or air into my hydraulic system, so it wouldn't steer, it wouldn't variable speed, it wouldn't do a few things. After you let it set it for a while, it was fine, but that was causing me some trouble. So time to get a pump and a bracket from my nearest local junkyard that'll give me a fair deal on one, and fix that elevator, put a transmission in this. And I'm going to keep on beating my beater combine until it absolutely won't take another lick. Because why not? It's here, it works, might as well keep on using it. I'd kind of contemplated getting a different auger for it just because this one is so bashed in. I don't know. We'll see if I can find a good deal on one. Maybe Worthington's down in St. John's, or somebody's got to have one. I mean, it still does spit beans out, but it definitely looks like hell, and it makes a lot of noise because all the flutes are just it's just a mess. So if I could find an auger, that sure wouldn't hurt my feelings any. The old feeder house chain on this one's kind of had it, but I'm gonna it's still working. It's still sucking grain through. So for now, I'm just gonna, like I say, this is basically a beater combine. I don't want to. I mean, I'm still putting a lot of money into it, but at the same time, I've always got my 4420 in there that's absolutely ready to go, but I'm kind of thinking I'd like to just keep that for corn and wheat and just let this big pig just eat all the soybeans. I don't know. We'll see. 4420 is great in wheat because it's got air conditioning. It does a great job. And it's good in corn because it's got a rasp bar cylinder. This has a spike tooth cylinder, which is great for soybeans and weeds. It doesn't seem to matter how big of weeds I push through here. It just seems to gobble them right up. One of the reasons I kind of wanted to hang on to this thing. Say what you will, but I've seen in person where that spike tooth cylinder will just eat green weeds like they're going out of style. So that's where I'm sitting with that, guys. Tell me what you think. Should we go a little bit further, get a few more things fixed up good? I mean, it is a good running combine, or just put the hydraulic pump and the bracket in it and just kind of shut her down at that and just keep running it. Tell me what your opinion is, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, guys, so that's what's going on around the farm with JT. I got a combine that needs a little bit of attention. I got a green bastard that may get a new home. Maybe I'll have another red bastard here to replace it. I got an 1105 that I need to get the red paint on to get that finished up. I got the tire on my 1155 fixed, so that's good for another year now. And I thought, too, it'd be really important to put that tire on right now, because I think when I get the 1105 done, might make for a cool picture to see both of them sitting out front of the barn, all shiny and painted and good to go. But so anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.